just a hole in the ground. I don't know how I got here, and I couldn't tell you just where I've been. But there is one thing I do know for sure: I'm never ever going back there again. I tripped and fell into a wishing well. I just kept tumbling down, breathing, falling, free falling and fumbling. Down, 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 down. Yeah, down into the wishing well. If wishes were fishes, we could walk together from shore to shore. We'd be strolling on silvery pathways made of fish scales and untold fish tales, and nothing more. Don't know how I got here, and I couldn't tell you just where I've been. But there is one thing I do know for sure: I'm never ever going back there again. I tripped and fell into a wishing well. I just kept tumbling down, flipping, falling, free falling and tumbling. Well, down, down, down to the ground. Yeah, 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 yeah. I tripped and fell into a wishing well. I tripped and fell into a wishing well. I tripped and fell into a wishing well. Tripped and fell into a wishing well. Tripped and fell into a wishing well. I'd rather be alone than lonely. I'd rather be alone than feel so down and blue. I'd rather be alone than lonely, alone than lonely. I only feel lonely, baby, when I'm alone with you. I'd rather be alone than be an afterthought after you've thought about everything but me. I'd rather be alone than an afterthought. When I'm alone, you know I'm not lonely. I only feel lonely when I'm alone with you. you're so busy checking others out, then staring at your phone. I wonder if you'll notice when you look up at my phone. That's why I'd rather be alone than lonely. I'd rather be alone than feel so down and blue. I'd rather be alone than lonely, alone and lonely. I only feel lonely, baby, when I'm alone with you. That's the only time, that's the only time I feel so blue. Life's much better, baby, without you. Thank you so much.
There's a little bit more historical and perhaps hysterical depth to our music here tonight. This group is the group that started this band, Evil Gal, with Scott Shetler, as a matter of fact, one of the original members, back in 1992. And we spent the summer of 1992 rehearsing in Scott Shetler's attic. And at that time, it was a bigger band, and it was very much, we were just pretty much doing covers of old Dinah Washington, Ruth Brown, and Etta James material. That was material that I had been turned on to, and through a sort of a strange series of circumstances from different aspects of my life, I had been given material by people, and they would hand, because this was back in the days of cassettes, they would hand me the cassette and say, you should really be singing this stuff. And so, of course, as soon as anybody says anything like that to you, you simply thank them politely and put the thing away in your bag and never deal with it again. Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. And then I ended up in a place stuck up in Vermont once in a snowstorm, and I had these cassettes, and I was like, okay, I'll listen to these cassettes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it was all the same material, weirdly, that these different people who didn't know each other and didn't really know me were telling me I should be singing this material. And this material was Dinah Washington, Etta James, Ruth Brown, Big Maybelle, like music from the 40s and 50s, primarily really strong-voiced female singers. I'd never even heard of any of these people. I don't know what rock I was living under, but I had never heard of any of these people. And so I started thinking about it and put a tribute together to those artists. That's how this group started back in 1992.
Some got it good, some got it bad. Some lost everything they had. Some are hurt to the bone, but life rolls on. I had a boy I really loved. Oh Lord, how we fit just like a glove. But now he's gone, and life rolls on. Was it only yesterday that things were going my way? And now I'm all alone, but life rolls on. Well, the best way to get over somebody is to find somebody else. This whole world's not gonna stand still, even though you've had enough. It keeps turning, it keeps on turning. Those fires of love, they keep burning. It keeps turning, it keeps on turning. Oh, fires of love keep burning. All night long, all night long, all night long. Life rolls on. Well, I've been lonely too long. I know that life rolls on. Yes, I've been lonely too long, but life rolls on. Oh, I've been lonely too long. But you know, life rolls on. Did you think you were doing me some kind of favor? Did I look like I needed your company? Tell me, who do you think you are? Some kind of secret agent movie star? Hey! Don't do me any favors. I can still hear the echo of my mother's voice in my ear. She said, you should be grateful that those boys even pay attention to you. That's why I don't need to go to school, because my mama made sure, she made sure I learned that rule. You don't have to think about me. Yeah, baby, you'd like it, wouldn't you? Me on my knees, begging you for more. Please, baby, please. That's bad enough, but it's worse than I think, you know, 'cause it's got as much to do with me as with the kitchen sink. We both know it's true. Oh, baby, it's always, always all about you. Hey, don't do me any favors. Baby, wouldn't you? Me on my knees, oh, begging you for more. Please, baby, please. Well, that's bad enough, but you know it's worse than I think, because it's got as much to do with me as with the kitchen sink. We both know it's true, don't we, baby? is all about you. Hey, don't do me any favors. Did you think that you were one of God's gifts to me? Well, what made you decide that I was so worthy of your charity? I tell you, baby, from your handmade shoes up to your dark shades. Honey, you got the look of a man that's really got it made. So tell me why you can't afford to think about me. Oh, baby, why don't you think about me? Don't you think about me? Oh, baby, why don't you think about me?
So, it's much easier to play correct music when you're listening to the other people you're playing music with. It's nice to listen to other people and then respond in a thoughtful way, you know, and you might actually end up at the end of the conversation with like a nice agreement, move forward to get philosophical about it. And it does require, one thing that helps is having a lot of common influences. So if you know where somebody is coming from, because you've known them for many years and you've talked about a lot of stuff, say musically. So if you have all the same musical influences, when you hear something, you don't hear it in a vacuum. You hear it in a context. You can say, oh yeah, that person's talking about that thing. I get it, and you're there. You don't have to search around for so long that the moment's gone, and then and then you miss the cue, and then it's not so precise. So I think that precision and listening and space definitely go together, and it makes it easier to play music without rehearsing all that. To put it in contrast, I think that sometimes when people do not have common influences, when people do not necessarily listen and do not necessarily have space, the music has to be rehearsed down to the nanosecond, and every single note has to be just so, because God forbid you stray off the path for a second, you be completely lost because you don't know anything about what the other people are doing musically because you aren't listening to them. So by listening and understanding common ground, makes it easier to be correct. Precise might not be the word. But thank you. But it sounds correct. It sounds good. It doesn't, even when it's wrong, it still sounds right. Versus if you don't have the same influences, you don't listen, you can be right and it sounds wrong.
A little bit of love, it's not such a bad thing. A little bit of love, it can make your heart sing. A little bit of love, ooh, it feels so right, but it's so wrong, and it just might leave you with a feeling that a little bit of love worse than no love at all. A little bit of hugging, kissing. A little bit shows you just what it is that you've been missing. A little bit of love will tease you, and a little bit might even please you. But a little bit of love will never satisfy your soul. Yes, it's true, a little bit of love will whet your appetite, but it won't satisfy you, won't get you through the night. A little bit of love will lift you up and then leave you alone to take a fall. And that's why a little bit of love is so much worse than none at all. Yes, a little bit of love, it's worse than none at all. Your appetite, but it won't satisfy you, won't be there in the morning light. A little bit of love will lift you up and then leave you alone to take a fall. And that's why a little bit is worse than no love at all. A little bit of love, it's so much worse than no love at all. A little bit of love will tease you. You know, a little bit of love might please you, but a little bit of love is worse than no love at all. Yes, no love at all. So much worse than no love at all. Wake up call. Check out time is noon. With these hours that I keep, well, I can't get much sleep. So don't make my wake up call too soon. I've been working past the wee hours, playing to every seat that's sold, trying to sing my song. Lord, you know it's been so long. I've been searching for that moment of a gold. I once saw me a morning brighter than a baby's heart. Now that morning seems so far away, and my dreams are just coming apart. 11:30 wake up call, and my head's just about to split in two. Oh, now I see the light of day peeking through the shades, and it's just about to make me come unglued. Well, you know I've been working past the wee hours. There ain't no club too small. But you know it's sleeping that I like. I wanna be flat out on my back. 'Cause I know it won't be no time at all. I once saw me a morning brighter than a baby's heart. Now that morning seems so far away, and my dreams are just coming apart. Oh yes, my dreams, you know they're coming apart, sinking with that tired old moon. Well, I got no time to even remember my love, 'cause you know this blue morning's come much too soon. Much too soon. Just like that wake-up call, y'all. 11:30 wake-up call. My head's about to split in two. Oh, I see the light of day peeking through the shades, and it's just about to make me come unglued. Yeah, you know I've been working past the wee hours. There ain't no club too small. But you know it's sleeping that I lack, 'cause I wanna be flat out on my back. 'Cause I know it won't be no time at all till that wake up call, y'all. That 11:30 wake up call. You know what I'm talking about? I hate that voice. Good morning, ma'am. This is your wake up call. I just want to stay right here and sleep all day long. I hate that wake-up call, y'all. Well, I hate that wake-up call. Wake-up call, y'all. Wake-up call, y'all. Wake-up call, y'all.
Thank you so much. This was an awesome conversation that we had tonight. This was a conversation that I've been waiting to have for a long time. And yeah. You know, as a singer, unless I book my own gigs and get my own band, pretty much I rarely work because, you know, nobody needs a singer, man. I mean, you know. And so these guys all work an awful lot. And I have to say that since I came up with the idea and we started talking about it, talking of conversations with actual words about getting back together and doing some work together and just kind of exploring that dynamic that happens when this group plays together, I just can't tell you what it means to me to have these musicians, these four guys right here, setting aside their time to do this with me, because they all could be somewhere else right now making like a lot more money, but I doubt very much that they would be having as inspiring or deep or rich or rewarding a conversation, and I feel just so thankful.
What's a girl to do? Me, my moo, I'm asking you, what's a girl to do? could sprout wings and fly. Uh-oh, he's walking over this way. Would you look at that man move? Well, I don't think I can control myself. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Move my me. All this hurty feeling's killing me. That's why I'm asking you, if you could, would you meet my move? Over this way, would you look at that man move? Well, I don't think I can control myself. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Move my me. Well, this hurty feeling's killing me. That's why I'm asking you, if you could, would you meet my move? You could, would you be mine?
influence does an audience have on a performer's performance? That's an interesting question, because on the one hand, you want to be a reliable product. You want to be reliable because you're a professional and you get up there and you do what you do. So no matter what the circumstances are, you're going to, and especially once you reach a certain age, a certain level of experience, I mean, there's only so crappy that you're going to get, you know? I mean, hypothetically speaking. But in a situation where you have, because stuff happens, life goes on. I mean, and if this is going to be part of your income stream, I mean, there's not every day is going to be, you know, awesome. Stuff happens. So sometimes you just, you know, you pull up your big girl panties and you just get through the day at work. But if you're smart as a performer, you will stay aware enough to realize when you're in the presence of an audience who is truly there to be part of a mutual experience. Performance is a mutual experience. It's not, this is my opinion of what I think performance is, that it's not simply people standing on a stage showing off. Here, let me show you what I can do. It's a mutual exchange of energy. And so when you have a situation where the people are giving you back so much, which is to say they're intently focused on what you do, you can feel, you know, this energy that we're talking about, this isn't something that you can measure. We don't have the calipers for this. But am I wrong? You can feel it. You can feel when it's happening. You can tell when a performer is up here simply performing for you. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong, because there's different ways of doing things, but that is a different experience than when you are invited in to be part of it. And to me, that is the highest thing. I mean, that's my bag. You know, it's definitely that it is a mutual exchange of energy among all the people present. And so that is what happened tonight, and it was awesome.